You can now join as a member right from your phone. Become a member to watch the next episode before it's released. Thank you. Unexpectedly, the clash between the Endless Fire Domain and the Martial Realm was merely a smokescreen. In the face of the impending invasion of the extraterrestrial evil races, Xiao and Lin Dong decided to join forces to resist the enemy. Picking up from the previous chapter, at the boundary between the two worlds, a nine-heavens solar flare collided in mid-air with a demonic lotus descending from the outer world. An explosion even more terrifying than before spread across the sky. Faced with this sudden situation, all the Heaven Supreme experts, together with Xiao and Lin Dong, retreated back to the original Earth Supreme battlefield. However, since neither side had officially declared a ceasefire, the Endless Fire Domain and the Martial Realm each remained on guard against the other, while also staying vigilant against the outer world. Within the Endless Fire Domain camp, what was destined to come has finally arrived. Having insight into the truth behind the current situation, Tuoshe Ancient God let out a helpless sigh. At this moment, some experts said, "These trash from the outer world chose this exact moment to interfere. Are they trying to take advantage of the situation to severely damage both the Endless Fire Domain and the Martial Realm? I think we should temporarily withdraw. Better listen to the Domain Lord's decision." A disagreement arose among the crowd whether to continue fighting or retreat. When no decision could be reached, they once again handed the choice to the Domain Lord of the Endless Fire Domain, Xiao. How much strength does everyone still have left? Xiao looked at the crowd and asked. They replied, "After the previous battle, under normal circumstances, we would have already lost nearly half of our strength. But thanks to the high-grade spiritual chi pills you provided earlier, we still retain over 80% of our power." Over 80%, huh? Hearing this, Xiao continued, "No matter what happens next, I ask that everyone continue to follow my command. And my decision is to not retreat. Everyone, we have no way back. If anyone fears death, you may leave the Endless Fire Domain now. But if you choose to stay, I will not allow anyone to flee like a stray dog before even seeing the enemy's true form. That would disgrace the name of the Endless Fire Domain." Xiao words made the experts who had intended to withdraw understand his resolve. Even those who were hesitant regained their fighting spirit. "We are willing to follow the Domain Lord into battle," all the Earth Supreme experts of the Endless Fire Domain shouted in unison. They had made their decision. Regardless of life or death, they would follow Xiao to the very end. Xiao then turned to Western Heaven Battle Emperor Dan Yu Gaoyuan and Flame Spirit Clan Ancestor and said, "What happens next may go beyond our previous agreement. I am grateful for your support, so whether you stay or leave is entirely up to you. I will not force you." The Flame Spirit Clan Ancestor immediately responded, "The Endless Fire Domain has done its best to restore our clan's honor. If we retreat now, it would be too shameful. From this point on, all experts of the Flame Spirit Clan will follow the command of the Flame Emperor." The Western Heaven Battle Emperor laughed. "Huh, Flame Emperor, we are all rulers of our own domains. If you choose to stay and I flee, wouldn't that be disgraceful? For the sake of the great thousand world and the countless beings of the lower planes, I will stay as well." Dan Yu and Gaoyuan exchanged glances. They vaguely recalled that 3 months ago on the Danling continent, Xiao had mentioned that this battle was related to a larger plan. Now it seemed, the clash with the Martial Realm might have been just a pretense. The intervention of the outer world had likely been anticipated by Xiao all along. "Xiao, since you have your plan, we will follow your command as before. We only hope this battle won't end too disastrously." With the addition of the Flame Spirit Clan, Western Heaven Battle Hall, Dan God Clan and the Ancient Grassland forces, Xiao confidence greatly increased. Everything was proceeding according to his plan. Just as the Endless Fire Domain decided to stay and resist the enemy, a faint voice suddenly came from afar. "Brother Yan, since the outer evil races are approaching, I think the battle between the Endless Fire Domain and the Martial Realm should end here. The voice came from the martial realm's side. Two figures slowly stepped forward. The one leading was Lin Dong. Hearing this, Xiao immediately realized the opportunity had arrived. Although he didn't understand why Lin Dong had suddenly changed his mind, there was no time to think. He had just convinced his side to stay and was worrying about how to persuade Lin Dong to cease hostilities. Yet Lin Dong handed him that opportunity directly. Since the martial ancestor proposes a ceasefire, then this war ends here. Xiao responded decisively. Facing the impending threat of the outer evil races, only by joining forces could they have even a sliver of hope for victory. At the moment the ceasefire was declared, from a terrifyingly silent spatial crack in the distant sky, a horrifying sinister aura surged forth, descending upon the easternmost land like a crushing mountain. It has finally come. Xiao and Lin Dong's expressions grew grave once again. Everyone prepare for battle. As I said before, protect yourselves first. With a sharp shout, Xiao waved his hand and summoned a universe bag. As it opened, a torrent of millions of high-grade spiritual chi pills surged out like a flood. They were distributed among the Earth's supreme experts. Each received thousands, while peak experts received tens of thousands. This massive resource ensured that they could fight for a long time without worrying about spiritual power depletion. Even the martial realm was stunned. They had never expected Xiao to be hiding such a trump card. At that moment, Xiao suddenly waved his hand again and threw 500,000 high-grade spiritual chi pills directly to Lin Dong. What does this mean? Lin Dong asked, puzzled. Private matters are private. The fate of the world is another matter. Right now we face a common enemy. I don't want the martial realm fighting while lacking strength that benefits neither of us. Xiao smiled. If you don't want to accept it, then treat it as a transaction. Each pill is worth about 5,000 supreme spiritual liquid. 500,000 pills. You can repay me later with 2.5 billion. The martial realm doesn't have that much right now. I'll trade something else. Lin Dong accepted the pills without hesitation, distributed them among the martial realm experts, and then summoned his divine artifact. Within countless forging halls, powerful spiritual treasures began to emerge one after another. Do you know just how arrogant the great evil Saint Emperor is? He actually declared that Xiao and Lin Dong should fight him together. Picking up from before, as the divine artifact platform appeared, hundreds of treasures shot toward the experts of the endless fire domain. These treasures were all forged by Lin Dong over more than 2 years, and almost all of them had reached the Earth artifact level. After making sufficient preparations, Xiao Lin Dong and the many experts led by them turned their gazes toward the spatial rift ahead. Hey, you from the extraterritorial world. You've had that gate open for quite a while now, just standing there watching us. What exactly do you mean by this? Xiao stared at the spatial rift and spoke in a deep voice. His words shocked the surrounding experts. Could it be that from the very beginning until now, the experts from the extraterritorial world had been observing them without revealing themselves? Flame Emperor Martial Ancestor. Are you two done talking? I thought you'd drag this out for another half an hour. It seems you're finally ready. As Xiao spoke toward the rift, a faint sinister laugh echoed from within. Soon after, a figure shrouded in black aura slowly emerged. Due to the vast distance, almost no one could clearly see his appearance. But the terrifying aura emanating from him was enough to make one's scalp tingle even across tens of millions of miles. This aura, it's at least Saint Emperor level, isn't it? Everyone stared at the black figure, their expressions gradually turning solemn. Because the extraterritorial world was extremely closed off, very little information about them was known. The Saint Emperor was the highest commander in the extraterritorial world, divided into greater Saint Emperors and lesser Saint Emperors. A lesser Saint Emperor was equivalent to a great thousand-world grand completion, heavenly sovereign. And a greater Saint Emperor was even stronger. In fact, the figure before them was most likely one of the great evil Saint Emperors, his status comparable to the Wanling dragon phoenix of the divine clan. Ordinary grand completion, Heavenly sovereigns could not match him at all. So, you've come prepared to fight me to the death. The great evil Saint Emperor looked into the distance. With a casual wave of his hand, hundreds of figures flew out from the spatial rift behind him. Behind him stood over 20 Heavenly Emperor-level experts led by 2 figures, along with nearly 400 Earth Emperor-level fiends. But what truly made the Western Heaven Battle Emperor and the other heavenly sovereigns turn grave were the 2 figures standing behind the great evil Saint Emperor, extraterritorial lesser Saint Emperors Xiao and Molu. I didn't expect the 2 of you to appear as well. As the Western Heaven Battle Emperor spoke in shock, the experts of the Endless Fire Domain and Martial Realm were utterly stunned. Who could have imagined that those 2 figures were both lesser Saint Emperor-level beings? At that moment, everyone's gaze toward the leading Saint Emperor completely changed. If even 2 lesser Saint Emperors stood behind him, then there was only one possible identity for the one in front. He was a greater Saint Emperor of the extraterritorial Fiend clan. Everyone, are you afraid? On the heavy battlefield, Xiaoyan's voice echoed out. Everyone swallowed hard. If they were only facing those hundreds of Earth Emperors and dozens of Heavenly Emperors, they might still be able to cope. But facing one greater Saint Emperor and 2 lesser Saint Emperors, it felt like a mountain pressing down on their hearts, leaving them almost unable to breathe. Yet at this moment, everyone understood. They had no way out. Flame Emperor, we have no retreat. If we survive today's battle, I will invite you to fight again. Lin Dong stared at the great evil Saint Emperor, who was watching them with amusement. His deep voice reached Xiaoyan. Good. If we make it out alive, the Endless Fire Domain will accompany you in battle for 3 days and 3 nights. Xiaoyan replied. Their resolve was not only staking the fate of the Endless Fire Domain and Martial Realm, but also the Western Heaven War Hall, the Flame Spirit Clan, Ice Spirit Clan, Dan God Clan, and even the ancient Myriad Grassland True Dragon Clan and True Phoenix Clan. This was a true pinnacle battle. Interesting. I didn't expect you to still have fighting spirit at this point. Seems I underestimated you. The great evil Saint Emperor showed slight surprise, his previous disdain turning into interest. As his voice fell, 5 black demonic patterns appeared on his forehead. These were Saint Emperor marks, the highest symbol of status in the extraterritorial world, granted by their supreme ruler, allowing complete control over fiendish energy. With a single thought, it could be manipulated freely. As the 5 marks activated, at the boundary of the extraterritorial world, nearly 100 million miles away, the heavens and earth seemed to collapse. Countless spatial rifts stretching millions of miles opened like giant maws across the sky. Then, endless fiendish energy poured down like waterfalls. Wherever it touched, space became riddled with devastation. The once lifeless ocean turned into a thick ink-like substance. A massive corruption had begun. Given enough time, this fiendish energy could spread across the entire Great Thousand world. So you're using such methods, planning to destroy even the land we stand on. Xiaoyan's expression turned grave. The great evil Saint Emperor had drawn fiendish energy directly into this region, clearly acting without restraint. Flame Emperor Martial Ancestor, which of you will be my opponent? Or will you come at me together? Hearing this, Xiaoyan and Lin Dong narrowed their eyes. Then Xiaoyan said, Martial Ancestor, let's put aside our past matters for now. How about we join forces once? Join forces, Lin Dong repeated, then smiled. Since he's giving us such an opportunity, it would be a shame not to make use of it. Xiaoyan then turned to the others. We will handle the greater Saint Emperor, the 2 lesser Saint Emperors, along with the Heavenly and Earth Emperors. We leave them to you. Everyone nodded. At the distant boundary, fiendish energy continued spreading from countless spatial rifts. Watching Xiaoyan and the others, the great evil Saint Emperor grew impatient, eager to show them that, even when one gives their all, what awaits is not hope, but absolute despair. He struck first. All the terrifying pressure in the heavens condensed, forming an invisible palm print that descended upon Xiaoyan and the others. Everyone, today's battle is for the great thousand world behind us. We must not retreat. Hold the line. With a roar echoing across the heavens, Xiaoyan, Lindong, and all the experts charged forward. Despite being weaker, they chose to attack, and thus this peak battle, watched by two worlds, finally erupted. You can now join as a member right from your phone. Become a member to watch the next episode before it's released. Thank you.